Welcome, fellow nerds! Did you know that in Aztec human sacrifices, victims were sometimes given chocolate to raise their spirits so they would participate in ritual dancing before their deaths? If chocolate can make someone facing death want to dance, no wonder many of us reach for it when we're feeling down. Chocolate is unquestionably a happy food. But how much do you actually know about it? Welcome to the ultimate nerdy knowledge chocolate challenge. How many of the 50 nerdy knowledge chocolate questions can you get right? There are 10 questions for each category going from beginner to Mensa level. So, grab your favorite chocolate bar and a pen and paper to log your results. Let's have some fun. We'll start with 10 beginner questions and progress from there. Ready? What plant does chocolate come from? The answer is the cacao tree. This tree thrives in tropical climates and is mainly found in regions close to the equator. Which part of the cacao tree is used to make chocolate? The answer is the seeds, which are also known as cocoa beans and are found inside the cacao pod. Each pod contains around 30 to 50 beans. What is the scientific name of the cacao tree? The scientific name is Theobroma cacao, which translates to food of the gods in Greek. The name reflects the high value placed on cacao in ancient civilizations. What is white chocolate made from if it doesn't contain cocoa solids? White chocolate is made from cocoa butter, sugar, and milk solids. Since it lacks cocoa solids, some argue that white chocolate isn't real chocolate. As an aside, leave a message in the comments if anyone actually likes white chocolate. On to question number 6. Which type of chocolate contains the highest percentage of cocoa solids? The answer is dark chocolate, which typically has between 50 to 90% cocoa content. The higher the cocoa content, the more intense and less sweet the flavor. What ingredient is added to milk chocolate but not to dark chocolate? Milk or milk powder, which gives milk chocolate its smooth, creamy texture and milder taste, is added to milk but not dark chocolate. Leave a comment below whether you're a milk chocolate fan or dark chocolate. I, for one, prefer milk chocolate. Why is dark chocolate considered healthier than milk chocolate? The answer is because it contains less sugar and is rich in antioxidants and flavonoids, which are believed to benefit health. Which ancient civilization is credited with first using cacao beans? The Olmecs are credited with it around 1500 BC. What European country was the first to add sugar to chocolate? The country is Spain, is in the 16th century. Before that, chocolate was consumed as a bitter drink mixed with spices. When did people start adding ingredients like nuts, fruit, and caramel to chocolate? This occurred in the 19th century, when solid chocolate became more common and confectioners began experimenting with different flavors. Fellow nerds, how'd you do with the first 10? Don't worry how many you did or didn't get. It's all about the joy of discovery. Next 10 questions test the nerdy knowledge of the advanced beginner. Here we go. How does chocolate vary in different countries? In Switzerland, chocolate is creamy. Belgian chocolate is rich. American chocolate has a slight tang due to butyric acid. Japanese chocolate often includes matcha or red bean flavors. Which countries prefer dark chocolate and which prefer milk and which prefer white chocolate? Dark chocolate is popular in France, Switzerland, and Germany. Milk chocolate dominates in the US, UK, and Canada. Brazil has the largest appetite for white chocolate, but the Japanese quite enjoy it as well. Which famous chocolatier invented milk chocolate? The answer is Daniel Peter, a Swiss chocolatier in 1875. And, for a bit of trivia, he apparently created milk chocolate to impress a young woman. It would work for me. Daniel partnered with a likely more familiar name, Henry Nestle, to perfect the recipe. Here's a bonus question for all you chocolate nerds. Exactly, how did Nestle perfect it? And the answer is by adding condensed milk. What major company introduced the first chocolate bar? Fry's Chocolate did in 1847, in the UK. What was chocolate originally consumed as before becoming a solid treat? It was consumed as a spicy drink enjoyed by the Mayans and Aztecs. Interested in the recipe? It's cacao mixed with chili, vanilla, and water. If you're like me, I'd make it sweeter by adding your favorite sweetener. When was the first chocolate bar mass-produced? It was first mass-produced in 1875 by Nestle and Cadbury. What is the name of the Aztec emperor who was said to drink large amounts of chocolate? His name is Montezuma II, and he allegedly drank 50 cups of cacao per day, believing it gave him energy and vitality. Calling all nerds. There's a condition called Montezuma's revenge, which is commonly known as traveler's diarrhea. Does anyone know if Montezuma had this condition because he consumed 50 cups of cacao a day? Leave a comment below and enlighten us all. Thanks in advance. Moving on to the next question. Which US city is nicknamed the chocolate capital due to a famous chocolate brand? The answer is Hershey, Pennsylvania, which is home to the Hershey Company. What year was the first recorded Valentine's Day chocolate box sold? It was sold in 1861 by Richard Cadbury, who saw an opportunity to market chocolate for romance. And question 20 is, what does cacao mean in the Mayan language? It means bitter water. Ready for the next 10? These questions are designed to challenge the intermediate-level chocolate nerd. Which country consumes the most chocolate per capita? It's Switzerland. The Swiss consume about 20 pounds, which is 9 kilograms, of chocolate per person per year. This comes out to almost 1.5 pounds per month. What famous Belgian praline company was founded in 1912? The answer is Neuhaus. Jean Neuhaus II invented the first filled chocolate praline in Belgium. What is the name of the famous Swiss technique that makes chocolate smooth and creamy? It's called conching. This process refines chocolate by aerating and stirring it for hours to create that melt-in-your-mouth texture. Which country is known for producing the world's most expensive chocolate, La Madeleine aux Truffes? If you answered France, you're wrong. The correct answer is Denmark. It was created by Knipschild Chocolatier and features a rare French Périgord truffle surrounded by rich Valrhona dark chocolate. It costs about $250 per piece. What is the signature chocolate treat from Austria called? It's called a Sachertorte. This legendary chocolate cake was created in 1832 by Franz Sacher for Prince Metternich. It features layers of dense chocolate sponge, apricot jam, and a dark chocolate glaze. What percentage of the population is allergic to chocolate? Chocolate allergies are actually quite rare and represent less than 1% of the population. If you experience a reaction after consuming chocolate, it's quite possible you're allergic to one of the other ingredients like milk or nuts. What type of chocolate is most popular in Japan? Matcha-flavored is a favorite. Japan also has fun with seasonal and limited edition flavors, like cherry blossom, wasabi, and yuzu. Which chocolate brand created the world's largest chocolate bar in 2011? Thornton's in the UK did. Their record-breaking bar weighed a whopping 12,770 pounds, which is 5,792 kilograms, about the size of a car. How many calories are in an average chocolate bar? There's about 200 to 250 calories in a standard 1.5 ounce or 43-gram bar. This varies depending on the type of chocolate and additional ingredients. Why is fermentation important in the processing of cacao beans? Fermentation makes the cacao beans palatable by developing the flavor and final acidity. In fact, many believe without fermentation, chocolate would have no flavor at all. Any nerds still with me? If you are, congrats! Questions 30 to 40 will test advanced nerds' nerdy chocolate knowledge. Here we go. How much exercise do you need to burn off an average chocolate bar? It takes about 45 minutes of brisk walking, or 20 minutes of running. That's assuming a person consumed a 200 to 250 calorie bar. Two-part question here. When was chocolate first added to ice cream, and who was responsible for it? It was first added in 1775 by Italian chef Filippo Baldini. Before that, ice cream flavors were mostly fruit-based. Why is chocolate considered addictive? Chocolate contains theobromine, caffeine, and compounds that boost serotonin and dopamine levels. These natural mood lifters explain why so many of us crave chocolate when we're stressed or sad. What is the name of the compound in chocolate that makes dogs sick? It's one of the same ingredients that makes chocolate addictive to humans, theobromine. While humans can digest theobromine, dogs and cats cannot. This makes eating even small amounts potentially toxic. What is the difference between a chocolatier and a chocolate maker? A chocolate maker is someone who creates chocolate from raw cacao beans, while a chocolatier takes that pre-made chocolate and uses it to make chocolate creations like truffles, bonbons, and other molded shapes. Next is another two-parter. Which was the most successful chocolate bar ever made, and which one was a failure? The success is Snickers, which has remained the best-selling chocolate bar worldwide for decades. And the failure was Hershey's Bar None, who invented the chocolate fountain. Ben Brisman is credited with this invention in 1991. The fountains quickly became popular for weddings, buffets, and extravagant dessert tables. Leave a comment below about what is your favorite item to dip in chocolate fountains. I find dipping strawberries positively scrumptious. How does a chocolate fountain work? It works like this. A heated auger at the base keeps the chocolate melted while pushing it up to the top, where it cascades down the tiers. What's the best type of chocolate to use in a chocolate fountain? The answer is a chocolate called couverture chocolate, which has a higher cocoa butter content that makes it silky and free-flowing. How much chocolate does an average commercial chocolate fountain hold? The answer is about 10 pounds or 4.5 kilograms. Well done, nerds. Take a breath, a bite of your favourite chocolate, and let's nail questions 40 to 50. These final 10 questions will challenge the Mensa knowledge chocolate nerd. What is the origin of the word chocolate? It comes from the Nahuatl word zocolotl, which means bitter water. Which ancient civilization used cacao beans as currency? The Aztec civilization did. They valued cacao so highly that 100 beans could buy a turkey. Which country is home to the chocolate museum known as Choco Story? The answer is Belgium. Which country introduced ruby chocolate in 2017? It was developed in Switzerland and conceived by a gentleman named Barry Callebaut. For those not familiar, ruby chocolate is pink with a fruity taste. There's actually a ruby cocoa bean that creates the colour and flavour naturally without adding berries, berry flavour or colour. What chocolate bar is named after a galaxy? The Milky Way. It was launched in 1923 and inspired by a malted milkshake. What is the name of the process that separates cocoa butter from cocoa mass? The process is called pressing. It extracts the fat, which is the cocoa butter, from the cocoa solids, resulting in cocoa powder and cocoa butter. What is the name of the chocolate bar that was first manufactured in the UK in 1937 and is shaped like a truncated cone? The answer is Rolo. It's a classic caramel-filled chocolate that is known for its iconic round shape and stackable design. What is the name of the chocolate confection that consists of crushed digestive biscuits, raisins, cherries, sugar, syrup, and chocolate, and is a no-bake, cake-like treat? Anyone hear of tiffin? It originated in Scotland and is a rich and chewy treat that doesn't require baking. Which chocolate brand introduced the first moulded chocolate Easter egg in 1873? Fry's Chocolate holds this honour. Before this, Easter eggs were typically made of boiled sugar or marzipan, but Fry's pioneered the modern chocolate Easter egg tradition. When is World Chocolate Day? World Chocolate Day occurs every year on July 7th. This day was chosen because chocolate was introduced to Europe on July 7th, 1550. And there you have it, the ultimate nerdy knowledge chocolate challenge. And fellow nerds, rest assured it absolutely doesn't matter whether you scored all 50 or 0. In my opinion, being a nerd isn't about knowing it all. It's about the thrill of discovery, the joy of challenging yourself, and the generosity of sharing your knowledge with others. So join me in this video and others as we push the boundaries of knowledge, dive into the universe of ideas, and work together to build the biggest community of nerds across the globe, and maybe even beyond. Let me know in the comments what's on your mind and what you'd love to explore. And please don't forget to like and subscribe as it will help us build our community. Logging off, but the nerdy synapses never rest.